Hello everyone. So I'm continuing with the 6 companies 30 days challenge. So let us solve today the sixth problem, perfect rectangle, which which is an interesting problem. So let us do that. So the problem statement state that we have given an array of rectangles where we'll be given coordinates of bottom left point and top right point. So we need to tell whether all the rectangles together can form another rectangle without any overlaps or gaps in between them. So we need to return a boolean, true or false, stating whether the all rectangles can form another rectangle or not. So how we gonna do that? Okay. So we have to check if there are any overlapping regions or any gaps in between the rectangles. So here if we observe carefully, like every time the interior, like we'll be given the bottom left and top right. So if we consider the points, uh, interior points like uh, 2 comma 3 and 3 comma 3, there are interior points of this rectangle, so they have been overlapped evenly, right? Because if they are, I mean, if the rectangles are not overlapping, then the interior points will be even, right? As you can see, there will be two occurrence of that point, right? So we can use this logic. So for mapping all the points, we will be using a map of pair, which will be the points count pairs. Okay, so every rectangle so we'll be iterating in this vector of vectors. Okay, so we need to map every point so that we need to we'll be in the end we'll be only getting 4 points, which would be corner points, and the rest will be interior, right? So we'll be updating like that. So let us just count pair, let's wait, count pairs. So okay, so it will be my key will be pair of int comma int, and my value will be an int. So we'll be taking a rect of 0 comma 1, I mean the leftmost letter updated. In the similar way, we'll be updating the upper right also. I'm like 3 and 4, like 2 and 3. So yeah, so I'll be updating this as well. And for for the other points like rect 0 comma rect 2, I suppose, not 2, should be 3, yeah, it should be 3. So let's decrement them so that we can have that difference, right, to know whether they are corner points or the integer points. Rect 1 comma rect 2, perfect. So also will be sorry, so we will be checking in the vector equal to in will will be iterating in the map, right, and count as node end. So every time we'll be checking if this is not, I mean, see, when we increment the left bottom and right top right, will be decrementing top left and right bottom. So if the point is an interior point, it the value will be 0, right, because I'll be incrementing this, and if this point is touching a can, obviously it has to, right, so it will be 0. otherwise Otherwise, if it is not 0, then it will be a corner point if the rectangle exists. So see if we do that. So if the I comma second the value is not 0, I mean if it is not a corner point, and if I second the value pair, because is not can be negative as well, so let us take abs, whatever is not equal to 1. I mean why 1? Because every corner, if it is in the corner, it should be 1. Otherwise, because we are taking only incrementing the corner points only once, so if it is not a corner point, then it's not, it won't be able to form a perfect rectangle, so we will be returning false here, as simple, and we'll be counting the corners, like if it is equal to 1, then we'll be counting the corners, incrementing. So we'll take a corner here which is initially 0. So at the end we'll be checking if corners, obviously a polygon has to have 4 corners. If it is not having 4 corners, then it's not said to be a rectangle or quadrilateral perhaps. So I'm having, okay, okay, unnoted map, we can have a key as a pair, right? Don't we? Okay, let us try with map. I think that should work out. So first is not okay. The first test case is not getting passed, and why is it not getting? Let's see out corners. Okay, so wait, so the condition is getting here. APS of second, but is not equal to 1, then written false. If it is not an interior point and the corner point is greater than 1, then should be false, right? Okay, so mm, mm, mm. Anything I'm missing here? So 0 1 is this point, 2 3, okay, and 0 3 fine, 1 2 1, okay, so not 1 2, it should be 2 and 1, perhaps, yeah. Okay, so sample cases are getting passed. Let's try for everything. Let's submit the solution. And it got it gets accepted. So problem here is we just have to look at this simple logic here, like the interior points will have the value 0 whenever we are uh, mapping the points, corner points of the given rectangle, and we'll be having only 4 corners. So if we check that condition, we'll be able to solve the problem. It might be a bit confusing in between, but if you look at it carefully, when you are using a pen and paper, perhaps, then you might get a more clear idea on what I'm talking about. So yeah, so that's it. And if you have any doubts, you can refer the GitHub repo I'm sharing in the description, so you'll be able to get the problem in a more clearer way. So yeah, thank you.